Redfall is a boring, broken disaster. I was expecting this, especially seeing early gameplay prior to release, but wow. I can't believe it was released in its current state. I mean, I can, but just wow. Arcane Studios has made some really enjoyable games in the past, so I was hoping that Redfall would be another to add on that list. I was looking forward to a co op experience from a AAA developer in any shape or form. I played co op with a friend, and we had one wacky time. I didn't finish this game. I can't finish this game. But I'm still going to talk about Redfall. We played 2.5 hours on the hardest difficulty, and that was enough for the game for me. So, first off, the settings were absolutely broken. Just changing the resolution was my first combat encounter in the game. Once I finally got that sorted out, we jumped in. Cue the slideshow cutscene. When your characters come to, there's a little in game cutscene that happens with the big bad, I assume. Then you're off to start playing. Immediately, my friend saw that I was tiny. There were some laughs and some definite ews, but hey, at least it was funny bad for now. You get to play with the light, and I mean very light stealth mechanics. Just don't stand right in front of an enemy and they'll never see you. Then you get to play around with the gunplay a bit. It's very generic, it doesn't feel good, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It functions as intended, I suppose, but it feels worse considering the FPS genre kinda has games that already have really good gunplay. So if you're less than stellar nowadays, it feels off. You really notice the lackluster gunplay because jeepers, the AI is atrocious. The enemies in this game really got no clue what's going on, and it's a wonder that this all happened in the first place. They deserve to lose Redfall to the vampires, this is how smart they are. The normal cultists with firearms just kinda stand in a single spot and shoot at you. It's like a shooting range target. And the big bad vampires just kind of teleport around and run at you like a feral dog, gnashing their teeth and swinging wildly 5 feet off the mark. You can even just kite the vampires, walking around in a circle, and they'll never hit you. It's offensively bad here, and when combat is the main focus, I knew that the funny bad was gonna stop really quick. There are also abilities for each character and a skill tree, but they're whatever. Nothing too exciting here, and definitely not fun enough to fix the rest of the issues. You're just blasting at bullet sponges that don't know how to fight back, and you start to feel bad for the poor things in your way. If the combat was decent, I could have seen myself maybe enjoying this game a bit more, but this is just bad. I know combat is the main focus, because you can't tell me the generic back and forth fetch quests are the main draw. They're obnoxiously tedious, seeing you running through an area to grab an item, go back to where you need to place the item, then running back to where you grabbed the item in the first place for another thing, then back again. There's just no respect for your time with these mission objectives. To top all that off, you're running through a dead open world. There's nothing there. You're just casually waddling your way to the next fetch quest, and there's just nothing in your way. I realized it at first, but then kind of blocked it out for a bit. When we near the end of our playtime, however, I had a moment of realization that I had spent more time running through nothingness than actually doing anything of note. I spent more time doing that than fighting, more time running than in an interesting location doing a fetch quest. We were just running in an empty little town. And the town doesn't even look that good. The game is riddled with little graphical glitches and bugs, really ugly textures, and just some overall weird stuff going on. I'm not super big on judging a game's graphics that harshly, but when I'm running in the nothingness that was this game, that's all there is to look at. Speaking of bugs, I've been seeing a lot. There's nothing really too crazy that we ran into during our time, but we had some awful performance issues with frames dropping ridiculously low in fights where there really wasn't that much going on. For being graphically unimpressive and having low enemy counts in an empty world, it sure is framey. One visual glitch that stood out was an absolutely messed up ladder. Climbing down it was a visual nightmare. Epilepsy warning much? It's a messed up broken game, and it's making Jedi Survivor look like a polished masterpiece right now. All the bugs and just downright broken stuff combined with boring gameplay leads to a disaster, and that's what we have here. If you can't tell, I would obviously not recommend buying this game. It's not even close to being worth $70. I'd even say 30 is too much. I played on Game Pass, so I'm saved. If you do want to try this out, I'd play it there, but even then, don't bother. This was just a wild release. It really was. And I can't believe it made it onto the market in any capacity. I don't think there's a fix for this game. It basically needs to be redone. And I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong, maybe 6 months to a year down the line, and this will be a great game to revisit. I highly doubt it, though. Look, I know I'm kicking this game while it's down, and there are a lot of other reviewers already talking about this game, but I think games like this do need to be looked at for what they are. I don't know what all went down in the development of this game, and it's probably not entirely Arcane's fault. But even so, a mess like this is just unacceptable to charge $70 for. I try to find at least some positives in games that are either bad or that I don't particularly like, but I'm struggling to find anything here for me. The slideshows for cutscenes are lazy, there's awful AI and generic gunplay, painfully boring fetch quests, poor optimization, the only thing I might be able to say positively is that the unique Arcane art direction, character design, and such is always nice, but man, that's a stretch. I don't know. What a shame. What a mess. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more content from me, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of future uploads. Plenty more content to come. Anyways, I'm out. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
What the fuck?